We are live.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the June 18th Administrative Review Team virtual meeting. We have a pretty light agenda today, and we are missing Renee Rice, but we do have a quorum without her, so we'll proceed with our agenda. So we have no minor modifications that were approved at this point. We do have meeting minutes from June the 4th. Does anybody have any questions or corrections or anything for that? Okay, I'm assuming your silence or no hand raising means no. So with that, if everybody could turn on their mics and affirm that you all approve of those minutes.
Fires approved.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you. We have one introduction and determination today for Haggerty Insurance, which is a minor project review, and I will let our case presenter take that away. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. Good afternoon. As mentioned, this is a request for review and approval of a minor project review for exterior modifications for a new tenant space located within the Bridge Park development, Block D, Building D2. This is the newest block of development. This is a proposed site plan slash floor plan. You'll notice here that the tenant space is centrally located within Building D2. North is oriented to your left with Riverside Drive to the bottom of your screen. The work proposed as part of this application is occurring along the highlighted blue lines. There are three elements that the administrative review team is asked to review and approve today. These are the existing elevations of the storefront at this time. With the proposed modifications, there will be changes to the existing storefront system, the existing louvers, as well as the existing garage door you see here. These are the proposed elevations for the tenant space for the user experience center. You'll notice here the black powder coated horizontal grill grate. This is a decorative element above each of the storefront windows designed to emulate the aesthetic of a car. The applicant is also proposing sheet metal surrounds inside the window frame of each window and is proposing to modify the storefront windows. Finally, sheet metal column wraps are proposed on both the east and west elevations. You'll notice two are proposed on each elevation here. On the east elevation facing Longshore Street, the column wraps are intended to highlight the main entrance into the Experience Center, while on Riverside Drive, the sheet metal column wraps are intended to highlight a vehicle display window. The applicant has provided a rendering which depicts the proposed character of the improvements. Here you can see the proposed quality of these materials. The sheet metal is an 18 gauge sheet metal that is powder coated and finished in a satin black at the factory. This is done to minimize weathering over time. With that, this application has been reviewed against the minor project review criteria. Staff is recommending approval with one condition today, and that is that the applicant provide a compliant mechanical plan with building permitting subject to staff approval. This condition is really a result of a requirement of the Bridge Street District Code, which does not allow for mechanical elements associated with the tenant space to be made more visible. As these vents are not intended to be a mechanical element, which will be confirmed with that mechanical plan, staff, the administrative review team does have the latitude to approve this today. I would be happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, the applicant team is here as well.
Great, thanks, Nikki. Does anybody have any questions for Nikki before the applicant has an opportunity to provide any additional comments? Okay. Does anyone from the applicant side have any additional information or clarifications that they would like to make? If so, we would welcome that at this time.
This is Peter with HOK. We're working hand in hand with the Haggerty team. I think in general, the description that you guys were all presented to really encompasses kind of the intent. The only thing I would augment that is this is really intended to be a very quality driven, high level. This is really the introduction of Haggerty to this building. And so all the care has been made to make sure these are the highest upgrade materials to make sure this experience is right. And so this truly is an architectural element that is really done to help convey kind of the excellence that Haggerty's trying to bring to this entire district, and making sure that the gesture on the kind of pedestrian side to the east, as well as to Riverside Drive on the west, it's really intended to be viewed in both locations. And there is cars that are going to be located on the interior of that plan that will be visible. So really the idea is to engage both the pedestrian and the passerbys in both, and really to convey that brand through kind of the storefront application was really the ultimate goal, which essentially was sort of summarized. So that's the only thing I would add to the whole commentary of what the intent was.
Great, thank you very much. Appreciate that additional information and background. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant or concerns or any other items that need to be addressed?
Can you bring up the color rendering again?
Yes, just give me one moment.
So those panels, are they flush with the wall, or do they come out at a slight angle at the bottom?
Those kind of the column wraps that are sort of flanking the entry, I'm assuming is what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will actually be proud of the kind of the brick in general, and these elements will ultimately be coordinated with the signage package, but so they're really a platform to do that. So they will actually be slightly proud of the actual brick, just to pull it off and to both from a detailing perspective and also not to let them sort of stain, if you will, long-term kind of the brick as well. So that was part of the strategy around that. And also it again, trying to bring attention to the entrance is to create some shadow effect as well.
Okay, so it'll be pretty almost flush, just a little bit. So I was just concerned about a sharp protruding edge that someone may run into.
Yeah, it'll be almost flush. We're talking within 2 inches of the brick in that location, so just slightly proud.
Okay.
Thanks for the clarification, Brad. I was wondering about that too, and Mr. Sloan too, so graphics will eventually be located on those signs. Is that what you were suggesting?
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be part of the going through the signage submitted process, but that will flank on either side and help sort of further identify the entry and the sequence, certainly on that eastern side of the building.
Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering, yeah, I had that question about the sign. So this feels like a sign location for sure. So, okay.
Yeah, I appreciate the attention to detail and how well it ties in to this brand. So I think it's something that will be very unique for this building.
Agreed. Brad, do you have any other questions or concerns that need to be addressed at this point?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Sean, what about you? Do you have any concerns or questions?
I'm good.
Okay. Colleen, do you have anything else? Good. Chad?
Good, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you. Aaron?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, well, with that, if nobody has any other concerns and we have addressed all the details, I would recommend approval with the one condition. If everybody could turn on their mics and let me know in the affirmative if you agree with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, and this application has been approved. Thank you very much, everyone. Does anyone, that's all our agenda items. Does anybody have anything further? If not, then we will be adjourned and we'll give Nikki a second here to